Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon. Today is Friday the 13th, the 13th day of June, and this is my garden, which I started inside my house this time. These I thought were collards, and I'm finding out that they're not collards. A lot of them is broccoli, and I made a mistake thinking my broccoli were no good, and I replanted my cups. I started my plants in cups, and I replanted those cups with collards. When they came up, I thought they were collards, but now I'm finding out I got broccoli. This second row right here is okra, all okra. And behind that, you'll see peppers. Peppers, and they look just wonderful. Walk on down my garden. Come up on my squash. They're big, luscious plants with flowers on them already. They're getting ready to produce squash. I think these are collards back here. And I set those out late, not really knowing what I had until they come up. And my squash look good too. I don't know, I started these the same, all three of them the same time, but for some reason this one little hill of squash is deformed. Very small, but I guess it'll catch up eventually. Now next to the squash, we have a couple of rows of carrots, and they were kind of hard to see coming up, but now that I can see them, I probably remove my little markers. And then I use some skids. I recycle some skids to make my like a handmade fence, used with some ties. I use the ties to tie the skids together. So we're recycling the skids for my cucumbers to go up on and be luscious and thick without touching the ground. Easy to pick. Walk up in here and just pick them out. Next, we come up on the second part of the garden, which are my tomatoes. And I have a row of tomatoes right here growing nicely. And as you can see, they are hanging abundantly with tomatoes. And these are supposed to be about 3 pounds a piece. Right now they're the size that the ones are normally in the stores, but I'm just going to watch them and keep them growing, and they're doing good. These are my tomato rows right here. And behind the tomatoes are, again, what I thought were collards. Some of them are collards, and some of them are broccoli. A whole row of them. Then we got more tomatoes. And as I walk over in the middle of my garden, I come to the peppers. Peppers are in the row, and they're growing nicely. Everything's beautifully green. Then we have more tomatoes. They're different kinds of tomatoes, so we have to wait to see what we have. I had some green peppers, jalapenos. Seem like the seeds aren't doing very well. Then we had some volunteer tomatoes come up, so we just planted those too. And right here, I've got another fence put together. And along this fence, I have my Kentucky Wonder green beans growing. And they're starting to reach up toward the fence, and soon they'll grab hold. And they'll do just wonderful. Let me walk back here to the back part of my garden. As you can see, I got my flowers out to attract the butterflies and the bees. Talk about one little it's not a habanero plant. Nobody eats anything that hot here but him. I'm going to see if he eat it or whether he just playing. But as you can see, the garden looks real nice up close and from a distance. This is the whole garden from the back end. Now behind this garden, I have a watermelon patch. Let me swing my camera, my phone around. And I have my watermelon patch growing here. As you can tell, I got some railroad ties set up so that they wouldn't get wet like they did last year. Got them up on hills. Got more sand in there. And my watermelons will grow and stretch out across this area here. Nothing's planted here. This is where they'll stretch out. Then I got some more. I got the little baby watermelons here. These are like the little personal watermelons. And there I have an area for them to stretch out on. I got one more thing I want to set up, and I got to find me some sawdust. As soon as I do, I'm going to mix it with some sand and set up my another raised area here. I'm going to put the sand and the sawdust here for my sweet potatoes. But right now, we are just growing wonderfully. Growing just marvelous. From the watermelons to the main garden, everything is beautiful and just wonderful. And stay tuned. Check back for updates, because they will be coming, especially with harvest time. I've already fixed some of those broccoli leaves, and they taste just like collards. I fixed them with some turkey, smoked turkey, and it was beautiful. They're gone. So I have to crack off a few more leaves. Well, that's it until next time. Bye. Regina Carpenter signing out. Thanks.